That is the way you throw them away. You just like, oh, ew.
I assume,
Ew,
I don't know. I don't know for certain. I think men, yes. Here is the list of things you should not flush down the toilet, yet lest ye be in trouble and have to pay for some outrageous plumbing bills.
Yes. And I want you to know, I worked very hard on the stock photography slides that we're going to look at here.
Okay. Awesome.
Cost us a fortune.
Oh, no.
The Mike and Molson production. Yeah, the Mike and Molson production budget is blown for the year.
Just because of these.
Yeah, I don't know how we're going to do New Year's around the world. I'll take out a loan.
Right. We'll have to do that. Yes, yes. So here we go. Nail clippings should not be flushed down the toilet.
I lose them. I think I've got a good handle on the nail clippings, but one little clip and it just.
Yeah, they're very haphazard depending on which nails you're clipping. Yeah. Sometimes they have a mind of their own.
Comment and then you below see them if you have a good way of controlling your flying nail clippings.
Yeah, then you see them like a week later, and they say the reason being is even small things such as nail clippings are solid, being primarily made of keratin, so they're fibrous. Although nail clippings are technically biodegradable, they decompose very slowly. Will take years, meaning they can easily combine with other wastes like wet wipes and tampons to cause a big old clog. So you can't do the nail clippings down there because they get caught. They scrape across the side, and they get caught, and they catch everything else, all the other gross to go down the toilet.
For the guy that's got to dig it out of there.
Yeah, no one wants that. Anything that isn't toilet paper. So paper towels.
Look at that. Look at that picture, Mike. Look at that.
Yes, I knew exactly what you were talking about right away. That is a paper towel.
Yeah.
That is well put together.
How about that?
That's well done. Well done, sir. Thank you. I would have no idea. When I said paper towel, people had no idea what we're talking about unless this is on their screen.
If you're listening just on the podcast, you're missing some amazing production.
Amazing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Such good production work.
So no paper towels, which is interesting. Yeah. What is it about paper towels that's widely different than toilet paper?
Well, because of their absorbency. And so they're not made to go down the toilet because they're made to suck up the water. So that could get them kind of stuck in the pipes there. So don't do that. And same with Kleenex. They're more absorbent. Toilet paper is made with a certain fibrous way, some better than others, right? Some feel like sandpaper. Others are nice and cushiony like Charmin, but nonetheless, different ways they're made. So no paper towel down the toilet. Your hair. Don't put your hair cuttings down the toilet. That's no Gouda for obvious reasons. That's a clog waiting to happen right there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it clogs your sink drain. Why wouldn't it clog your toilet?
Right. Exactly. Well, I think that's what people believe, that it will not because it's a bigger drain, but nonetheless, it does.
Okay.
Also on the list, your goldfish, which seems odd to me. But I guess they're not decomposing quick enough, and they can get stuck in there too, depending.
They can.
I don't know with pipes.
I mean, that seems like it's 100% organic, isn't it?
It should be, but once again, I think it's like the nail clipping situation where
maybe
their little bones in there could scratch on the pipes. That could lead to some deterioration, some rust in there, or the coating, and then that leads to some bad pipage from your dead fish. How many fish did you flush down the toilet as a child that died?
You know what happened to me once was I had a fish I thought was dead. It was just floating there on its side. I put it in the toilet, and I don't know if it was the cold water or what it was. It comes back to life, like Lazarus.
Oh, you were Jesus for a moment.
And so then,
what did you do
for just a moment?
What did you do with Lazarus fish?
Well, I had to get him out.
Okay.
I had to dig him out of the toilet because he was alive.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't know what the deal was, but yeah, he just sort of and he was twirling around the top of the aquarium. So I got the net out, threw him in the toilet, and
you popped back to life.
He was like, "Hey, I was sleeping."
Hey, yeah, exactly. I'm Lazarus fish.
Yeah.
We had one, apparently, according to my mom, when we were real little, that lived so long, its body started decomposing on itself. It was like a zombie fish. And so she just like the bones were coming out of the side, but it was still alive. I don't know what the hell was going on. Maybe she was too strong a cleaner, but eventually she just flushed him down the toilet. Poor Charcoal, which I don't know why I named the fish Charcoal, but I did as a child.
Yeah, I don't think that's putting him out of his misery. I think that's giving like a crazy roller coaster ride.
Right. Yeah.
To
Not
what
great.
may or may not be his death.
Yeah. Who knows? Charcoal may still be out there living, and he may get his revenge on me to this day. And for that, I apologize, Charcoal. It was not me. It was my mother. Also, you shouldn't dental floss is not something that should go down the toilet for obvious reasons. You know, that's going to scrape as well. So you don't want to put the dental floss down there. Plus, it could get caught, string things around, and then lead to a bigger plug and a bigger clog in your toilet bowl.
With nice shiny teeth.
Right. Or nice shiny bones. Yeah. They're flossing their bones in there. Obvious reasons, you don't want to put your tampons down there. Not good.
But that is the way you throw them away. You just like, oh, ew.
I assume.
Ew.
I don't know. I don't know for certain. I think men, yes. I don't know if. I don't know. I don't know. If you're squeamish, don't ever watch. There is a video of the band L7 from way back in the day. I don't know if you've ever seen that video where there's a heckler in the crowd, and I think it's Danita Sparks is the lead singer, who then proceeds to fling at the particular heckler.
You mean one that was currently being employed?
Yeah. Yep. She had enough and said, "Hey, sir, other people paid to watch this performance, so here you go."
Well, you'd learn your lesson, I guess.
Yes, you would definitely do that. Also on the list of things you
fingers and eyeballs.
I don't know why you would flush your contacts down the toilet, but you shouldn't do it because it doesn't degrade.
Yeah.
It just kind of sits there, and it can mess things up. So don't do the contact lens either. Not
I guess
a thing
in general, it feels like the toilet can handle a lot of things, and maybe it can. It does, but it's not really good for the piping system.
This one is one that all the people think they can do because there's the quote unquote flushable wipes, but you will hear it's a plumber's nightmare. I had a friend whose neighbor used nothing but the flushable wipes, and all of a sudden sewage started seeping through the yard. It just, and the reason being is they just was a wad of just flushable wipes, shit stain and everything else that blocked the pipe to the point where it burst and it was bubbling up into the yard. So don't use them. May have been a septic tank, but whatever it was not great. If you want poop smelling yard, use those flushable wipes all the time. It's a nice change of pace if you want to use them, but throw them away like you would with your baby's diapers. Don't be flushing them down the toilet. Also, chewing gum. I think that's obvious. Chewing gum doesn't go down the toilet.
I think it's obvious, but there's been more than a couple times where I just went, Pff.
You can't do that.
I didn't know.
There's usually when you're younger, you just wherever. You spit your gum wherever, but don't do it. Don't do it. There's usually a garbage can close enough. Just spit in the garbage can.
But I'm standing there, and it's much larger than the garbage can. You just go
correct. You just go and then flush it. Now, once is going to be fine. You just don't make a habit of it. Can't do a whole pack of Hubba Bubba. Also, don't flush down the toilet. Yeah, the old prophylactic. That's not made to go down that toilet. I had a friend of mine.
I didn't know this, by the way. I wasn't aware of this.
You weren't aware of this?
No.
This is a mortifying story. Okay.
Oh, good.
Follow me along. Not for me, for a friend of mine. Okay. She's allowing her younger brother and his girlfriend to stay with her for a weekend at her apartment. When all of a sudden, the next day, there is a blockage in the toilet. And her brother is freaking out, going, "Oh my God, I think I ruined your toilet." They start plunging, and out comes not one, not two, but 3 use condoms that have been
Wow.
flushed down the toilet. And that's not and my friend wasn't naive enough to go, I knew they were going to probably have sex, but I didn't need it to be rubbed in my face and almost break my toilet.
Right. Yeah. They almost went through the whole box.
Yeah. And so, yeah, do not flush the condom down the toilet. They're not made for that.
Once again, not easy to find stock photography of a condom, but this one I thought was
brilliant.
I thought was
That's
pretty
brilliant.
Good.
By the way, I would contend discarding of the condom should be done in the similar way in which you said they use tampon. Ew. Yeah, exactly. You don't that needs to be yeah. And then in the garbage, not the toilet and not flushed.
Noted.
Yes. All right. Also on the list, cooking oil and grease. No, that you don't put it down the sink. Why do you think you could put it down the toilet? Also, why the hell are you walking a pan all the way from your kitchen to the toilet to dump it?
Yeah, it's just, I mean, yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, that never happens. That shouldn't be on the list. They just trying to get the list to 12. That's not a thing that happens.
Correct. But they said no cooking oil or grease. I don't know anyone who would flush it down the toilet, just throw it in the garbage, or give it to that environmentally conscious friend who's using it now to run his car on. Mm-hmm. Use that. And finally, what they call nappies or diapers, they don't go down the toilet.
Right.
Not down the toilet. They go in the garbage. I know that makes your garbage stink and it's awful, but you don't flush. I know the poop goes down there, but not the diaper that it encases it. Not down the toilet.
How are we feeling about this piece of stock photography?
You know what? I'm kind of uncomfortable by that stock footage, but I get it because diapers aren't just for children. But it feels like you may have got that from a fetish site. I'm not saying you did or didn't, but I'm saying that maybe the stock footage from GetTrumpDiapers.com or whatever it may be.
Greatest diapers in the world, LLC.
Huge diapers.
I paid good money in the stock photography on that one.
Yeah, they did their job.